This video entitled How Culture Affects Identity Formation. Culture plays a crucial role in shaping our identity. It is a powerful force that influences our beliefs, values, behaviors, and how we see ourselves. From the moment we are born, we are immersed in a cultural environment that teaches us what is considered normal, acceptable, and meaningful. As we grow, this cultural influence becomes a part of who we are, guiding our thoughts, actions, and interactions with others. In this video, we will explore how culture affects identity formation by examining Japanese, African, and British traditions and the theory that explain their influence on identity. Finally, I will reflect on how the understanding relates to my own experience as Filipino. In Japanese culture, emphasizes harmony, respect, and mindfulness, which are evident in its rich traditions. For example, the tea ceremony. It is more than just making a drinking tea. It is a ritual that teaches the value of respect, purity, and tranquility. Every movement in this ceremony is deliberated and reflects an appreciation for the present moment. Another tradition, Ikebana, the art of flower arranging. It is focused on simplicity and balance, highlighting the beauty of nature and importance of mindfulness. The wabi-sabi philosophy plays a significant role in Japanese culture, teaching peoples to embrace imperfections and impermanence. This concept influences the Japanese people to see beauty in everyday life, such as appreciating a crack in a pottery piece referred with gold, also known as kintsugi. This tradition shaped the Japanese sense of self, promoting a mindset that values patience, humility, and appreciation for life's natural. The harmony theory helps explain how Japanese culture shapes identity. It emphasizes the importance of maintaining balance and peaceful relationships. From a young age, Japanese people are taught to avoid conflict, be considerate of others, and prioritize the needs of the group. This socialization process leads to the development of an identity that values the group harmony and collective responsibility. Structural functionalism, a psychological theory, also explains how different elements of Japanese society work together to maintain social stability. For example, in a school and workplace, individuals learn to fulfill their roles and contribute to the success of the group. This cultural emphasis of working together reinforces a sense of belonging and shapes an individual's identity around their contributions to society. African culture is rich in traditions that emphasizes community, togetherness, and respect for elders. Oral storytelling is a central part of African society, where knowledge, history, and values are passed down through generations. This story often teaches lessons about bravery, respect, and importance of community, helping shape individuals' sense of identity. The Ubuntu philosophy is a psychological theory that captures the essence of African culture. It means, I am because we are, and reflects the idea that an individual's identity is deeply connected to their community. This philosophy teaches empathy, compassion, and the belief that one's actions impact another. For example, when celebrating a personal achievement, it's seen as success for the entire community, not just the individual. This sense of shared identity encourages people to see themselves as part of larger whole. Structural functionalism also applies to African culture, explaining how social structures like family, elders and community traditions work together to maintain stability. In many African societies, initiation rites mark the transitions from childhood to adulthood. These ceremonies teaches young people about their responsibilities and roles within the community, help them form an identity that is closely tied to their culture and British culture. In contrast, it is more individualistic, valuing personal freedom and independence. This is seen in the way people expresses their opinion, pursuing their goals and value their privacy. The concept of individualism can be traced back to historical events like Enlightenment, which emphasize human rights and personal liberties. The social identity theory explains how people in Britain derives a sense of identity from the group of they what belong to, such as nationals, regionals, or class group. For example, a person may identify as English, Scottish, or even middle class, and in this group memberships becomes a key part of their identity. This theory helps explain why British people have a strong sense of national pride and value their regional identities. Cultural dimensions theory also highlights how British culture is highly individualistic. Unlike the collective approach seen in Japanese and African culture, British socializations emphasizes standing out, being independent and making one's own choice. This focus on individualism shapes identity by encouraging people to pursue personal achievements and express their unique characteristics. The social identity theory explains how people in Britain derives a sense of identity from the groups they belong to, such as national, regional, or class groups. For example, a person might identify as English, Scottish, or middle class, and this group membership becomes a key part of their identity. This theory helps explain why British people have a strong sense of national pride and value their regional identities. Structural functionalism help explain how institutions like the family, education, and government play a role in maintaining social stability. The British class system, for example, has historically shaped how people see themselves and their place in society. Despite changes and increased social mobility, many still identify with their class, which influence their sense of. As a Filipino, I see my own identity has been shaped by Filipino culture, which combines elements of collectivism, respectful elders, and family values in Filipino society. The concept of bayanihan teaches us to help one another, especially in times of need. This idea is similar to Ubuntu philosophy in African culture, where the community's well-being is seen as everyone's responsibility. Growing up, I learned the importance of respecting others and following traditions, which influences how I view myself in relation to others. However, Filipino culture also values individuals' achievements such as British culture, encouraging to pursue my goals while staying connected to my family and community. This blend of individualism and collectivism has shaped my identity, teaching to value personal success but also remain grounded in the support and love of my family and friends. In my journey of self-discovery, I realized that understanding other cultures helped me appreciate the diverse way in which people form their identities. The harmony theory from Japanese culture, Ubuntu philosophy from African culture, and individualism presence in British culture all offers valuable insight into how socialization can shape who we are by integrating these lessons. I am reminded that my identity is not just being about a Filipino. It's about being part of a larger global community where each culture enriches my understanding of who am I. In conclusion, culture profoundly shapes identity by teaching us how to think, feel, and behave within the society. Through the traditions and theories of Japanese, African, and British culture, we see how socialization process guide individuals in forming their sense of self, whether it's through emphasis of harmony, community, or individualism. These cultural influences plays a significant role in defining of who we are. By reflecting on my own Filipino culture, I realized that our identities are shaped by the traditions and value we inherit, as well as the choice we make along the way. Ultimately, culture is not just something we belong to. It is something that lives within us, shaping how we understand ourselves and our place in the world.